and welcome once again to Blackwood Manor. The rain has been falling since dusk. You can hear it now, steady on the old slate roof, running soft down the tall windows, filling the gutters of the great house with a sound like distant applause. Somewhere over the mountain, the thunder is turning in its sleep, far away, in no hurry to arrive. We begin in the entrance hall. It is a wide, high room, the heart of the old house, floored in black and white stone, worn smooth and shallow by 200 years of footsteps. A great staircase rises from the middle of it and divides halfway up, like a slow river parting around an island, and climbs on into the shadows of the upper floors. The banister is dark oak, polished by 1,000 hands, cool and smooth to the touch. The lamps here are being lowered now, not put out, only softened, until the whole hall glows the color of weak honey, warm and dim and kind. The shadows lengthen and lean together in the corners. The tall windows hold the rain, and beyond them the night is deep and blue and endless. The cat comes down the great staircase, one soft step at a time, in no hurry at all. It pauses on the landing, the wide half-moon of floor where the staircase divides, and it sits, and it looks out through the tall window at the rain. Cats are very good at this, at simply watching the weather, with no wish whatsoever to change it. Far off over the valley, the lightning shows, a pale and silent flicker along the belly of the clouds, and the cat's eyes catch it, calm and gold and entirely unafraid. Then the dark folds softly back, and a slow roll of thunder follows, long and low and distant, and the cat does not so much as twitch an ear. The storm is out there, the cat is in here. All is exactly as it should be. Then it rises and comes on down the last of the stairs, and pads across the cool stone floor of the hall, a slow, soft, 4-footed shadow toward the warmest room in all the house. Follow it. It knows the way far better than we do. It knows which floorboards still hold the warmth of the day's last fire, and which windowsills carry the smell of the rain, and which deep, quiet corners of this enormous, sleeping house are the very best for being still. Tonight, it will show us a few of them, and then, like the house, and like you, it will sleep. The library is where the cat goes first. Of course it is. It is the warmest, softest, most patient room in the whole of Blackwood. The fire here has burned low, down to a deep, glowing bed of orange coals that breathe brighter, then dimmer, then brighter again, in the slow draught from the tall chimney. The whole room moves gently in that light, the shadows swelling and settling on the walls, so that the library seems almost to be breathing itself, slow and deep, the way a sleeper breathes. It smells of wood smoke and old paper and leather worn smooth by generations of resting hands. The shelves climb all the way to the high ceiling, so high that the topmost rows vanish into shadow, holding books no one has opened in 50 years, and no one needs to. They are content simply to be there, to stand quietly in their thousands and hold the room together with their soft accumulated weight. There is a great peace in a room full of books at night. All those stories resting, all those voices gone quiet, all that has been said and thought and felt, folded shut and standing still on the shelves, asking nothing of you at all. The rain is louder against the tall library window, a good, steady, generous rain, drumming soft and even on the glass. And the thunder rolls once, somewhere far beyond the mountain, low and long and gentle. It is the sound of a storm that means you no harm at all. A storm you are only glad, so glad to be inside of. Warm, dry, held. The cat steps up into the great leather armchair beside the fire, its own chair, the one with the warm dent already waiting in the cushion from the long afternoon's sleep. It turns once. It turns twice. It needs the old leather a moment with its paws, slow and content. And then it settles and folds itself down and watches the coals with heavy, heavy eyes. For a while, there is only the fire and the rain and the slow tick of the hall clock 2 rooms away, still saying, still here, into the dark. And you may feel now the first real heaviness coming into your own body, the pull of the warm room, the weight of the day finally setting down. That's all right. That is exactly what this room is for. Out of the warm library and into the long corridor. This is the oldest part of the whole house, a long, dim hallway running the length of the east wing, hung on both sides with portraits in dull gold frames. Blackwoods, all of them, going back and back and back. Grandparents and great-grandparents, and names now long forgotten, painted stiff and formal in the fashions of their day. They watch from the walls with the calm, tired, patient faces of people who have seen a great many storms and are no longer the least bit impressed by any of them. In the low lamplight, with their chins on their painted hands, they seem almost to be dozing themselves, half listening, like us, to the rain on the roof. The runner carpet underfoot is soft and faded and worn to a pale thread down the very middle, where 200 years of footsteps have gone up and down to bed. Your own steps make no sound on it, neither do the cat's. The 2 of you move through the sleeping house like 2 quiet thoughts drifting through a calm and darkening mind, passing the shut doors of empty rooms, each one dark, each one still, each one holding nothing tonight but furniture and shadow and the far-off sound of the rain. There is a particular peace to a long, empty hallway at night. Nothing is asked of you here. There is nowhere you must be. You simply pass through, softly, one slow step after another, and the portraits watch you go with their sleepy, painted eyes, and the lamp glows low and gold on the faded carpet, and behind it all, the rain keeps falling and falling and falling, steady as a heartbeat on the old slate roof high above. At the far end of the corridor stands a tall window, and beyond it, softer now, the storm. The thunder has wandered further off across the valley. The lightning, when it comes, is only a pale flutter at the very edge of the sky, too tired, too distant to trouble anyone. The cat sits down at the foot of the window and looks out at it a while. You may sit too, if you like. There is nowhere else in all the world you need to be. Only here. Only now. Only the rain and the dark and the slow, sweet weight of the coming sleep. There is time before bed for the cat to look in on one more room. The conservatory. It lies at the end of the corridor, down 3 shallow stone steps. A great glass room built out into the garden, where the family once took their tea among the ferns and the potted orange trees. By day, it is full of green light. By night, it is something else entirely. A dark and dreaming room, all glass overhead and glass on every side, so that the rain falls upon it from all directions at once, running in long silver threads down every pane, pattering soft and endless on the glass roof just above. To stand in the conservatory, in the rain, in the dark, is a little like standing inside the storm itself, and yet perfectly safe, perfectly dry, perfectly still. The plants stand black and quiet in their pots, holding themselves in the dark. The old cane chairs wait empty, and all around, above and beside and everywhere, the rain comes down and down and down the glass, a soft grey curtain of sound with no beginning and no end, the most soothing sound in all the sleeping house. The cat leaps up onto the wide sill of the great south window, where the rain runs thickest, and sits and watches it. Its eyes are half closed now. Its round is nearly done, and the rain runs down the glass before it, silver and endless, blurring the dark garden beyond into soft shapes and softer shadows, until there is nothing out there at all but water and night and the far, faint, failing light of the last of the storm. And now, at last, the final room, the one where the long night ends. It is a bedroom, high in the east wing, old and grand, and deeply, deeply comfortable. A great four-poster bed stands in the middle of it, its heavy drapes drawn half-closed against the dark, its blankets turned down and waiting. a single candle burning low and gold on the nightstand beside it, throwing soft and gentle light up the papered walls. The fire in the little grate has burned down to embers. The rain is quiet here, gentler than anywhere else in the house. And it has been raining so long, so steadily, so softly now, that the ear has quite forgotten where the rain leaves off and the silence begins. The cat crosses the dim room and gathers itself and leaps up onto the foot of the great bed, its favourite place in all the house, the warm and rightful end of every night's long round. It turns and turns again and lies down in a slow, warm curl upon the blanket, and tucks its nose beneath its tail and closes its eyes. Its work is done. The house is checked. Every room is dark and safe and settled. Every door is shut. Every fire is banked. Nothing stirs anywhere in all of Blackwood tonight but the rain upon the roof, and the slow, deep breath of a very old house sleeping. And you have nowhere left to walk, nothing left to see, nothing left in all the world to do but exactly, precisely what the cat is doing now, there at the foot of the great warm bed. Letting go, one small weight at a time, softening, sinking, settling down into the deep. So let the storm keep raining far away over the mountain. Let the last candle burn quietly down on its own. Let the old clock go on murmuring still, still here in the empty hall below, all through the night to no one. The house does not need you to keep watch. The house has kept its own watch for 200 years, through storms far worse than this gentle one, and it will keep watch again tonight and every night, so that you never, ever have to. Let your thoughts go quiet now, the way the whole great manor has gone quiet around you. And any thought that will not settle, let the rain take it. Let it be carried up and out and away, over the fog and over the mountain, and off into the wide, dark night, until it is gone. And there is nothing left in all the warm and sleeping house but you and your slow breath and the rain. There is nothing to solve. There is nothing to fear. There is nothing left to do. There is only rest, warm and deep and entirely yours, here in the oldest, safest, quietest house on the mountain. Sleep now. The rain will see to everything else. Not every night at Blackwood Manor is so calm. One night at this house changes everything. But that is a story for when you're awake. For now, only sleep. Good night.